Network Room 2024 vibes. Get up on the stage ASAP. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know Dr. Jody's in the building with me. You know what we doing. Let's go. Eamon's in the building with me. Let's know what time it is. Dr. Jody, how you feeling about today's topic? Talk to me. What's up, Dr. Jody?
Oh, I'm just going to use the Jane Nolan phrase: everything, everything, everything. Stack everything is up, and everything is belongs with confidence. I was just writing in my book, and I said, how many of us have ever experienced emotional sunburn, where something was said, something to you, and when you can just shake it off like the dust and the sand on your feet on a sunny day in Florida, guess what? You move on with confidence. And that's just what I ended up writing 5 minutes ago in my book. You like
Wow,
that stuff?
Dr. Jody. Say that again. Say that again, Dr. Jody. Hold on. Hold on. Say that again.
Say what again? Well, the emotional sunburn. We all have it. We all have those times where Southwest Airlines want to get away. Somebody does something to you, or you're so embarrassed. And how you get through those times, because we're interactional beings, is how our confidence portrays. You say, it doesn't matter what they say, whatever happened, we just shake it off like the sand on our feet. We wash it away like we're on the beach and we move on. To me, that is confidence. You like that, Stack?
Woo! Dr. Jody came in hot. That is confidence, Dr. Jody, because confidence is about building it up in yourself. You got to build it up on your personal brain. You got to think about it. You got to believe it. You got to achieve it, right, Dr. Jody? You got to feel it in your heart. So we're gonna be talking about this. I'm gonna need y'all to ping up the room, share up the room. Let's get into it. Let's go. Let's talk about it. Scott's in the building. Let's go. We're gonna keep this room rocking because guess what? I'm excited. They talk about how to gain more confidence. A lot of people are struggling with the confidence part. You got to bust through and get that confidence out there. Eamon, you want to talk about this a little bit before I pass it to Scott? Because we getting this room heated up. Eamon, are you available? If not, we going to keep it rocking. Go ahead, Eamon. It's on you.
Yes, Tack, how are you doing, everyone? How are you doing, XP Mentor family? Miss you guys so much. And what we're doing here in XP Mentor, we're building confidence. We're supporting each other, so we're building confidence. We're doing it from creation point of view, so we're building confidence. We're not doing competition with anyone. We're just and create with confidence and with class and with belief. So if you are not working from a confidence standpoint, confidence meaning that you believe that you have everything you need within you, how you do it, how you search for this inside of your heart, how you can build others while you're building yourself, that's when you believe that you're giving value, you're doing your best, you're showing up for yourself, you're collaborating with others. This is what builds your um and doing this with integrity, this will build your confidence more than you can ever imagine. And actually, I believe that everyone should have the base of belief that you are unique. And if you're unique, you should be confident that you're not less, you're not more than anyone. This is it. Here where you start. You start with confidence that you are the most beautiful virgin that you can be, but you still can work on yourself each and every day. So working on yourself, it makes you gain more confidence that you have, and surrounding yourself with the right people, those who are working by creating, not by competition, those who have the manners, the ethics, the class, you will do it better with them if you're surrounding yourself with people like XP mentors. Back to you, Stack.
Let's go. Eamon in the building. How to gain more confidence in biz. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. I want to ping some more people in here. Please use the bottom arrow. If you guys haven't used the bottom arrow, use it right now.
Hey, yo, I
Get
got a
some
question, bro.
people in here. What we doing? Hitman.
I'm
How you
feeling
feeling, my
good, bro.
brother? Go ahead. It's
I'm
on you. How
feeling
you
like a
feeling?
strong young warrior out here in corporate America right now. I'm at the job chilling. So I'm actually, you know how it is. You know what I'm saying? You got the job, you got a nice job, but you're always looking for better. Always looking for more. So I was in a room earlier, and they were talking about interviewing skills, and I said, and I want your opinion on this, bro. And they said, and I want the room's opinion on it, honestly, in general. So what do y'all think about this, right? So you're in an interview. They say, what are your weaknesses? Nigga, what's your weaknesses? And you're just like, well, my response every time, I don't, I don't even know any weaknesses that I have in this role, and that's why I'm applying because I'm the best. I'm the best they're gonna get. Period. That's actually how I got the job I'm at right now. But people were like, no, no, you sound cocky. You sound like an arrogant asshole, and you know what I'm saying? I was like, well, I got the job, and I'm gonna probably do the same thing in my next interview. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, man, it's the confidence part, my brother. Listen, Hitman, don't let anyone, try to dim your light. This is what I would say. Go in strong, mighty, fast. Know what you want out of this situation. And 10 times out of 10, you're gonna get it. If you guys agree, let's throw some ones in the chat because Hitman made a good point there. You gotta go into a situation with confidence, knowing that what you're gonna, what you want to get and what you want out of it. Dr. Jody, you got something to say about that? I see you unmuted. You got something to say? No, think Dr. Jody's off mute on accident. But listen, it's all about having that confidence in the situation, going into it, knowing what you want, knowing what you want to get out of it. So no, do not turn down the light. Go into there, go in strong, go in fast. Thank you for that. I'm passing the mic up. Who else is here? Scott, Robert, what y'all doing,
Let's
man? It's Trey. What's going on? Go ahead, it's on you. Let's go.
Hey, listening audience, I am so happy to be here. It is XP Mentor time. Woo, I look forward to this time. 6 days a week because Sunday everybody needs its day of rest. So if you aren't following Stack Pack, yo, please follow this amazing freaking man because he's going to get you to your social media climbing where you want to be. But Stack, I love this topic, how to gain more confidence because I have that confidence building course. What I know for sure is that confidence, it comes from doing, right? Because, right, if you want to build confidence in your physique and look good in your clothes, you got to go to the freaking gym. If you want to build confidence in your business, then you have to level up. You got to go after the knowledge in your niche, right? You got to keep learning about other business because guess what? You got to learn about taxes and all this other stuff, which is why XP Mentor has a club off of this freaking app where it'll help you level up in all the ways. So if you need to have that confidence in yourself, because some people, let me tell you, I don't know about you guys, who here has ever felt like or know somebody who didn't have good self-esteem? Who was always seeing the cup half empty, right? Who was like, oh, but this is, and was telling you all the reasons why they couldn't do it. I was one of those people. Yo, I know it's hard for you guys to believe right now, but what I can guarantee you is I was the ER. I was on the floor crying and dying, always looking at why I didn't have what I wanted, wasn't getting what I thought I deserved, all of those things because I had no confidence in myself. So if that's where it needs to start, then that's where it needs to start. And what does that mean for you? Then I don't know. Do you need to go talk to somebody? You got to get better, more growth knowledge in your mental body of why you're having those thoughts and how to correct those thoughts or how to get out of those emotional places. Because I don't know about you guys, but I feel things deeply. And sometimes I get so sad and I'll cry and I'll be like, oh. So I need to have something that can help me reset, help me to clear up those emotions so that they don't stop me from moving forward because it's like Stack is always saying, shoot, do you want to be on the menu? Well, he don't say it like this, but this is what I always hear. He's always asking, like, do you want to be on the menu? I don't want to be the one getting eaten. No, I want to be the one at the table eating the luxurious food. So please, you guys, share out this room. Let's keep pinging your friends in because I guarantee you this conversation is just beginning to build. I am so excited, Stack. Guess what? I'm counting down the days. It's only a few more months until I see you in April.
Let's go. We in the building. Let's keep painting this room up. Let's keep sharing the room up. Let's keep putting it in the hallway. Let people know we're in here talking about how to gain more confidence in business. We're in the network room. We want to make connections. We want to see how we can get to the next level with different individuals and also introduce ourselves and chime into the topic, right? I want to hear from some more people. I'm tossing this mic up. Who's coming in to talk
Hey,
about the
Stack, I'll
topic,
jump
how to
in. It's
gain
Robert.
more confidence? Robert, let's go.
Hey, how we doing? So I'll tell you, there's a few ways to gain more confidence. You know, obviously surrounding yourself with the right people, getting mentoring, like Trey just talked about, that is incredibly important. I can't say enough about that. Because knowledge is power, but knowledge also brings confidence. How do you get the knowledge? Learn from people who've already done it. So that's the one thing. But the other that I believe is so incredibly important, it's just by doing. How do you get more confidence? You've just got to do it. The old Nike thing, just do it. You've got to have that velocity. Josh Payne always talks about, how many at bats do you have? If you had 1,000 at bats, you're probably gonna be a better hitter than if you only had 10. If you want to learn to dive off the high dive, which obviously is kind of scary when you're a kid, don't do it once a week. Do it 30 times in a row in a day. And you're going to get better. You're going to build your confidence. And you may not get better, but you'll build your confidence. And guess what? As your confidence builds, then you will get better. So I believe it's based upon velocity. If people are in a state of fear, they are not going to, put their head out, their face out, their nose out over the skis, the tips of their skis. Okay, and that's another thing. I learned to ski at the age of 25 and became a pretty good skier. But at 6'4", only learning at 25, we want to talk about a little bit of fear. I was working for Pepsi. I was thinking about being in a body cast. There was all sorts of strange stuff. And not having the best balance based upon being 6'4". And so you have a tendency when you're skiing, you sit back. You kind of sit back. Why do you sit back? Because your face is out front. So you'd rather go back. But you know what? The more you sit back, if you're on your heels skiing, you're going to fall. You need to be on the balls of your feet. That's how you ski properly. But that's frightening. But you know what? Somebody had to teach me that. And somebody had to keep yelling, forward, forward, forward. And then it finally got to me. But that was because of confidence. It was some knowledge and it was confidence. So it's those two things. So if you're just becoming an entrepreneur, you just got to get out there. You just got to go out and make it happen. If you need to have 100 reps to get good at something, how long do you want those 100 reps to take? Why don't you just get those knocked out in a week? Get them knocked out in a week. Why take a year? Because the longer it takes you, it's going to, not only you're going to have fear longer, it's going to be miserable and it's going to slow your success. I truly believe, most businesses fail because they are undercapitalized. But the reason that they're undercapitalized is because it's not just because they didn't have enough money to get where they were going. They may have had enough money to get where they were going with the plan they originally had, but the plan moved too slow. Now, sometimes it's market conditions that makes it move slow, but many times it's the business itself that's moving slow. And when it moves slow, the results come slower. And then there's more capital necessary because you have to live longer before the revenue comes back in. So it's another perfect example that you just gotta go. You gotta go, go, go. And if you're lacking the confidence, hang around people in the XP Mentor Room. Hang around people like Stack and Trey and other great people who have already had success, who have that mindset. We just talked about mindset the other day. It's all part of it. You get that confidence, you get that success. And guess what? You get the success, then you get even more confidence. And it becomes an incredible cyclical going up instead of spiraling down. Thanks for letting me share.
Listen, Robert's in the building. This is what I'm talking about. Gaining that confidence, getting that confidence to bust through, getting that confidence to get to the next level, overcoming fear. That's what it's all about. Overcoming fear, overcoming the obstacles, overcoming things that come your way. Let's go. Let's get into it. Let's start pinging some more people in here. I want some more people to get in here. But I'm tossing this mic up. Who else is coming in? Who else want to chime in? Who's in the building? What's up? Anna Lee, let's go.
Hi, I've been away for a bit. I've been trying to get some shit done and Clubhouse is extremely distracting. But I'm back, and I love this topic because this is something I'm working really hard on, and something that really impressed me uh, on why I should really be working on this a lot more is Rahila. I don't know if you guys know her. She's one of the OGs here on Clubhouse. She did a bit of a mastermind with us on how you can charge a lot more for your services. And she told us that research has shown that the number one factor in why some people get paid a hell of a lot more per hour or per job or per whatever unit than others has absolutely nothing to do with how efficient they are, how much they know, how competent they are. The number one factor is confidence. So if that is not going to give you the um, compulsion to work on your confidence, then I don't know what is. Because if you're not confident, you're not going to get paid. That's the bottom line. I'm done.
If you don't have any confidence, you won't get paid. If you guys agree, let's get up in the chat. Let's see who's active. Let's see who's listening. Right? Get up in the chat if you guys feel like, if you don't have any confidence, you won't get paid. That is a big factor. That is a big, big fact. Please, 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 let's talk. Let's expand that a little bit. Because a lot of people don't know, if you don't go into these situations knowing what you want, knowing what you want to get
The
out of
thing about
things,
confidence,
you
Stack,
will.
is
Let's go. Go ahead, Trey.
other people feel when you're not confident. They know when you're going, because I know, and it's how your body language is, it's how you communicate. And trust me, we don't lean into people who aren't confident, who aren't really selling that. So it shows. And the way you keep building that is keep learning more and more and more. And I call myself the locust of learning because I'm like locusts. They just devour everything. They don't leave no crumbs left over. They just go. And then after I devour everything, I decide what was helpful and what isn't helpful. So if you just remind yourself that all day, every day, you're at the buffet table. The buffet table. So what is it you want to eat? Sometimes we want to lean into the greens. Sometimes we want to lean into the sweets. But either way, keep leaning in. Keep leaning in. Build that confidence. If it helped you to feel better by looking better, then shoot, go to the gym. I don't know if you guys see Stacks. He be busting it at the gym. And Micah saying how he was trying to keep up with Stack. Woo! That helps too. Do you need some competition? Because healthy competition is wonderful. Because me and woo, we have that healthy competition. She pushes me and I push her. And I was like, yo, girl, I just did this. And she was like, all right, see, now I'm going to have to go do that. That's something that helps. Who's helping you push yourself up the ladder? Who's doing that for you? Always look around. Right, Stack? Let's talk about it.
Yeah, you definitely got to have that motivation around you. You got to have people that want to push you to get to the next level. And if you guys agree, throw some ones in the chat. Motivation. How to gain more confidence in biz. Number one, motivation. You got to have people around you that's going to participate and motivate and elevate. But motivation is a big, big, big factor. Let's light up the chat. Let's get active real quick. Let's throw some ones in here. Let's go. Confidence, confidence,
Um,
confidence. Got to have that motivation around you. Doesn't matter what's going on. Motivation is important. Doesn't matter if you listen to music. Doesn't matter if you make music. Doesn't matter if you jog, work out. Whatever you use for motivation, get on it now. Find your motivation. That's important, guys. Find the motivation. Who else is coming in? Who else is grabbing the mic? It's on y'all. Let's go.
I just wanted to say I just pinned a link in the chat. Ron Richards ran a whole room on how to be confident. He's got a very dry delivery, but he's very wise. So if anybody's interested, I put the link in the chat and you can go and listen to the replay.
Let's go. How to gain more confidence in
But
biz.
don't
Who want
go
to pick up the
now.
mic?
You need
Who
to
want
finish
to come
the
through?
room. Don't go
Who's coming through?
now.
I'm
Hey, this
coming
is
in
Let's
here.
go,
Lindsay.
Lindsay.
Oh, you go ahead first. Hold on. There was
All right,
someone
go
else.
ahead.
Who was that other
Oh,
voice?
you good, Lindsay. I can't wait.
No, Ansha, you just shared, you just raised your hand to get your booty up here. Take it away. I'll go after you, sweet sis.
Awesome. Thank you. I just love the room. Thank you so much. I saw the title. I had to come in. But I'm not. I just wanted to share. Like one thing I would say, guys, to gain your confidence in your business. Be confident. So, be educated. Just study your stuff. Right. Study your stuff. Talk to the people in your field. Educate yourself on YouTube about it. Because when people are, for me, I'll tell you one thing. I hate when I'm speaking to someone and I feel like they're incompetent, right? I hate it. If I ask a certain question and you don't know, I want to hear. I don't know, but I'll find out and get back to you, right? That makes me feel good. I'm like, wow, you're confident. You're so confident. You're willing to tell me you don't know, but you'll find out. Wow. So I just want to say this my tip. The first thing I want to tell you guys, just be competent in your craft. And that means you have to, study yourself to be approved. So you have to study your craft. Spend time every day, learn something new. It doesn't matter what you do. You're in real estate. It doesn't matter if you've been there for 30 years. There's something new you can learn. It could be something about automation. It could be how to reach out to, younger clients. Like it could be anything. So just my tip is to be competent, and that will help you be more confident in your business. And I just wanted to share that. Thank you so much.
Let's go. We in the building. I need y'all to ping people up, share the room, and I'm gonna pass it to Lindsay. Let's go. Let's go, Queen. It's on you.
Oh, I loved that, Ansha. I loved it because the truth is not that we are expected to know everything, but there is this powerful innate confidence when you are willing to humble yourself, and it 100% is trust building. So I loved that contribution. For me, when I came in, and I saw this topic yesterday, and I was excited because the ability to gain more confidence. The reality is I believe that so many of us, and I would love for you to put fire in the chat if you know confidence is not only important but is essential if you are going to be out there proposing or pitching anything. Anything. Doesn't matter if it's your own product, your own business, or somebody else's. If you are between, if you are not, if you are forward facing, meaning customer or consumer facing for anything, it is important that that confidence is ingrained in us. And I see so many Encha and Dodge Girl, Pamela, Malika, Ha, Mark, Trey. I see all of you putting hearts in the chat because it is absolutely essential. And so we can say this all day, but how do you gain more? How do you become more confident? I'm so curious how what other people think, and I'm going to drop in some things that have really helped me. Because we have this idea that we can fake our way through it, and for some people you can. Others who are not totally in touch with energy, they may buy your bullshit. But the reality is that most successful entrepreneurs have a thermostat, or they have a thermometer, let me say that more appropriately, to be able to read you. They can check your energy no matter what it is you're striving to present or represent. And so for me, I love that Entro said, stay a student, become, an expert in your craft. Of course, when you can speak about whatever you know about in your sleep with your eyes closed on a sick day, if someone was to like pull you out of your darkest moment and say, give me the top 10, you could launch right into it. To me, that level of expertise is where confidence is built because you know that you cannot, I just always say you can't be effed with. Like, not believe, thank you again, always to Francois for ingraining that even more deeply in me, but you know your business. And so when you know your business, no one can throw you off of it. No one can talk you down from it. No one's going to be able to minimize it because you stand in that space. And so how to gain more confidence is not only study up on what you're doing, but it is truly creating consistency and a way in which you articulate your offering. So having those direct calls to actions, having it so that you, like, again, when you're pulled out of a slumber, if you were woken up in the middle of your sleep, for any one of us, we're not like, oh yeah, so I would start here and then I talk about that and a little bit of this. Like, we already have, we call it, for many of us, we call it, an outline. You can call it that. You can call it a sales presentation. Lots of different ways, but having the flow in which you always speak about those proposals. That way, the information is what you study, but what you have ingrained in presentation is the order and the way in which you frame or lead in from one offer to another, from one product into another. And as this becomes consistent and truly you become competent, it is second nature for this to come out of your mouth and for it to be expressed. This is where I believe confidence is not only built, but it's where it leaves room for the expansion because you've got those nailed down. You don't spend a lot of time in the ums and the thinking and the thoughts and the maybes. It's with certainty, clarity, and true conciseness, and then it leaves room for the questions. And to me, that's where confidence is really built, not only for self, but in others, because it's in the conversation where we get to expand and show our level of expertise or our greater offering. So I want to hear how others are gaining more confidence. I know one of the ways that really worked for me, I'll drop one more, and actually two. One is the science of getting rich right now is a way where you can come join us and build, without a doubt, you can build your confidence because these are going to be practices that translate into every single part. Plus, you get a $20,000 mastermind, all for under $1,000. Like a mastermind of this level costs over 20K easy any day. But the other thing is if you were to say, "Oh, I'm not doing that," or "That's not for me," here's the deal. Hire a coach that ensures that you have this locked and loaded. Like one of my favorite mentors and favorite coaches I ever had was a presentation coach. Why? Because they were able to mirror for me how it was that I was being perceived in the receiving part of the conversation. So I think I'm easy to understand. I think I say things clearly. I think, but the reality is because I know it, I won't see the places in which I'm confusing. So when I get someone else that can act as my mirror, that is a presentation guru or a sales, guru or coach, that's the person who's going to be able to look back at you and say from a loving space, "Hey, I like your proposal, but it's really confusing here. I need more clarity here. You spoke too much here. You give too many details here." And it is in that space where we're able to button it up, feel really confident about our presentation, and know that we can get busy learning the details. So that's what I'm going to drop in for my first tidbit in this room. I'm excited to hear what others are doing to elevate their confidence and how they are gaining more because I'm a forever student. I say that all the time. So with that, I'm going to pass the mic and excited to be here.
Woo, 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 woo. Yes. Now those were some gems. Put some gems in the chat if you resonated on what she just said, right? Because your confidence comes from also being trained to be confident, right? That's what Jay would say. Let me tell you what also gives you confidence when you at least try. So if you pin yourself to get up here on the stage and you open your mouth for the first time, guess what? Even though it's your first time, it's your first time. You did it. Now you have confidence that you can do it again. Also, you gain confidence when the naysayers come to you and say, "Oh, everybody else is doing that." Yeah, everybody else is doing real estate. Yes, but doesn't mean they do real estate the way I do real estate. Everybody here is a coach. Doesn't mean everybody coaches the way I coach. Stack brings the energy unlike no other. He's like a DJ and included with everything he knows about social media and media presence that he can bring it home. Nobody does social media the way Stat does social media. Nobody motivates people and get them in the NLP space like Jay Nolan does. How to calm your energy down. Yeah, are there coaches that do that? Yes, but nobody does it like Jay. That's what builds confidence. Confidence is knowing who you are and what you're made of, so that when the naysayers do come, you know how to tell them, "No, I know who I am. I know my gift, and God will make room for my gift." Because God has made room for all of your gifts, whether it's writing, whether it's singing, whether it's social media, whether it's inspiring others, whether it's just being the wife that you are, or the mother that you are, or the father or the husband that you are. Nobody can do it like you. Nobody can replace you. Nobody can. No, you have to have that confidence. That confidence goes in the room like I am Malika Star. It took a long time to get here, but I had some coaches, some mentors, some people who believed in me to pull me through and pull me up. And so if you get pinged to come in and speak, if you're available, come up. If you don't say nothing more than I am who you are, say your name. And this is what I'm looking forward to manifesting in 2023. And guess what? If you need help, confidence allows you to say, I need help in growing my social media. I need help in gaining more confidence. I need help in believing in manifestations. That takes confidence too. Because closed mouths don't get fed. I need help. I'm not a great writer, or I might have dyslexia, but I don't want everybody to know. But what I need to do needs to be put in a book. I need help trying to figure out this chat GPT. I'm going to tell you a story. I didn't even know about chat GPT. Somebody who needed to know how to use the technology called me because they knew I knew a little bit about IT and I'm not intimidated by it. They called me and they said, hey, click this link and then walk me through how to get into it. And so I did it. That's how I got introduced to chat GPT before the rooms. What did that do? It gave me a little bit of confidence that I knew what I was doing. I played with it a little bit. And then boom, out came, guess what? Some confidence that I know what to do. And I also know it's not going to replace me as a human being. That's confidence. And I am somebody. Everybody write that in the chat. Because if you're a child of the Most High God and you breathing, you somebody. And we need to know who you are. Jay, am I right? Stack, am I right? I'm Malika Star. I yield the mic.
Malika, you are right. This is Trey, girl. You are fired. Check your back channel. I want to connect with your fire. Mm.
Malika ain't no joke. Listen, man, we in the building. How to gain more confidence in Biz Network Fire Room. We're gonna have amazing shares from amazing individuals. Let's keep getting up in the chat. Let's keep sharing this room out to the hallway to let others that know, we're in here. We talk about a good topic today. How to gain more confidence. I've been hearing a lot of good stuff. We just had a fire share. Let's keep going in. Let's keep going. Let's keep leaning it. Jay, what we doing? We ain't listening to Fat Joe. I don't know what the heck he talking about. We gonna
Don't
lean
listen
in.
to it.
We gonna lean in. So look, let's keep going in. I'm tossing this mic up. Who's coming in next? Who's coming in hot? Go ahead, hot. It's on you. Let's go.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. You know what? To start your confidence, learn to appreciate the stuff that's around you, what you have to offer. Number two, you know, every day I get pinged in to this room by Robert, right? And I come into this room and either Jay or Stack, they always pull me up and mod me, you know. And you know what? And I appreciate you guys for that. Go out and tell people what it is about them and how much you appreciate them. Relationships, co- relationships come a long way. I promise you. The third piece to that is, I'm better with money, so it's easier for me to describe things, right? No matter where you go, what you do, always see or know. For me, it's easy for me to know, figure out where money begins and where money ends. And to gain the confidence in it, I put myself in the middle of the flow, right? Because once you put in the middle of the flow, that's the strongest current right there, not the beginning or the end. So no matter any conversation, any relationship whatsoever, figure out where the start is, where the end is, and put yourself right in the middle of it. So that's my share. Back up to you, Stack.
Woo! Right in the middle. Put yourself right in the middle. If you guys agree, throw some ones in the chat. Put yourself in the middle of these situations. Go after it. Get in there. Let's go. No excuses this year. Put yourself in the middle. Insert. Let's go. Put your foot on the gas. Go. Up the confidence. And you know what else? I'm gonna drop a tip too. Look. It's all about your environment, guys. Who you got around you? Who are you listening to every day? What do you wake up? What are you programming yourself to do? Environments are a big key. Your environment is everything. Your environment has to be peaceful, soothing, right? Because you have to do what you have to do every day, especially as an entrepreneur. Make sure your environment's on point. Who wants to talk about environment? Who wants to talk about this? Who wants to talk about, how to gain more confidence? But the environment part, real big deal. Because when I changed my environment, everything went, you know, up for me. 360, 360. Everything's better now. So change your environment, change who you're connected up to, and I'm telling you, you will do yourself justice. So I'm tossing the mic up. Who else is coming in? Let's go.
I
Let's go.
got you, bro. I
Mark,
gotta jump in
let's
here.
go.
Let's go. Change your story, change your
Come
life.
on, Mark.
Let's start going with all the quotes right out of the bat. It's been a little bit, but I'm still out there grinding. And what up, Jay, Stack,
Big Mark.
Lindsaya, and everyone, the
Let's
beautiful
go,
fam?
Mark.
How are you? Let's go. Yo, yo,
Mark,
West
Mark,
Palm
listen,
charity this weekend. Let's
Mark.
do it.
They don't
Anyway,
even know, bro. They don't even know, Mark. We
oh, they
got
don't.
something big
It's
coming,
okay.
bro.
You know what? And that's what I'm going to talk about, because while everyone's adding all about, read the books and go to the courses and get the speakers and go to Tony Robbins and go to XP and go to Lindsay's room and go to all, and it's all great stuff. And it's all amazing. And I also agree wholeheartedly when someone was talking about your personality and confidence in your body, in your mind, in your soul. That is what you need to be confident in business. But I'm going to flip the script on everyone right now and take it to the external instead of the internal. We all talked about so far what I've heard about internally, what you could do to get confidence. But what I learned externally is one sentence from my mentor, Tony Robbins: create raving fans. I remember right now that in less than a month, it's 4 years ago, that I sat in his event in Los Angeles, walked fire, and then launched my CBD company. I remember when he looked me dead in the face and said, "You will either create nothing or you will help millions. And the only way you're going to get there is through raving fans." And I kind of didn't understand it, but now I get it. Because what happens is, as you're going through your life with your business, from an infant to a toddler to a baby, for those who've been to Business Mastery or learn the phases, every time you get another raving fan, and I don't even use the word customer or client, because every single person I have dealt with in 4 years is a raving fan, it builds your confidence up. When you're walking in Trader Joe's and a woman runs up hysterically crying and wants to hug you, that brings your confidence up. When someone said that you saved my child's life from suicide, that builds your confidence up. When I know that I saved 36 people last year alone from suicide just from my products, that builds my confidence up. So, yeah, I could talk about the science, and I could point to this magazine, and I could say this study article, and I can say, just buy it. I could get salesy. I could overcome objections and rebuttals and learn all the shit they teach you in stockbroker world. I'll sell a freaking ice to an Eskimo, but I don't have to do that anymore. And that is the difference. When you know what you have, when you know you're helping people, when you know that you are the best. You've all heard me brazenly speak about it, borderline obnoxiously. But when you've never had a return and you're helping thousands of people, it's pretty hard not to be confident. So I'm going to wrap this all up and land it and say to every single person in this room, whatever your product is, your services, you're a coach, whatever you do, dial into those people that are like, okay, this is good, and make it great. What can you do to make somebody from a customer to a client to a raving fan? Raving fans call you. Raving fans go on auto ship. Raving fans give you referrals without being asked. Raving fans buy freaking gear from you and will walk around with your hats and your t-shirts and your shit and just tell everyone about it without being prompted to. So rather than putting the whole load on yourself, which we put a lot of stress on ourselves as it is, And I'm not even going to get into the whole conversation about how you need to do your morning routines and go to the gym and your breath work and your meditation and all that to get your mind and body right before you go to battle, per se. Battle becomes a lot easier when you don't have to fight. When you walk on the field and everyone's like showing you love, that's what's up. And I'm not going to sit here and blow smoke up your ass and say orders are just flying in every 10 seconds all day long and I can't even count the money. But guess what? It is coming in and it's at a level that works for me. And now all I'm going to do is work on how can I create more fans so those fans will turn into more auto stream revenue, more charity, more success, because I will close with success is doing what you want with who you want as much as you want when you want. Much love. See some of you in City Place Friday. We're going to raise some money for Feeding America while we have some cocktails, just because I like to do that shit. And we'll see you at some more events and a lot of things, big stuff coming. And I'll see some of you at the mansion for UPW with 40 of us next month. Love to all of you. Mwah.
Let's go, Mark. That's what I'm talking about. How to gain more confidence. When you got Raven fans, when you got Raven, it's all about that. It's all about having the super fans. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. Let's get into this. How to gain more confidence in biz. Network room. We in a 2024 vibe. Y'all know what it is. Who's coming in next? Who's coming in next? Who's grabbing this mic? Let's go, Kendra. It's on you, Queen. Let's go.
Hey, hey, thank you guys for inviting me to the room. Thank you, Jay, for pinging me. I was in a room, and sometimes we're in rooms and we're like, how do I leave quietly? Then I got the ping. It's like that was my cue. So thank you for inviting me to the space. There's a couple things I want to speak to. One is about changing the environment. Just to give you a bit of my testimony, I worked for law enforcement for 15 years in the state of California, and I was really good at what I did, but I knew that there was something more on the inside of me. So I found myself after time becoming frustrated, not with the pay, I made six figures, not with the people because I had a heart for the people that I did, not even with the department that I worked for. But in order for me to get out of the mindset of that security driven scarcity mindset, I had to do something pretty drastic. So at 50 years old, after being really settled, I'd lived in California for 45 years. I quit my job after prayer for about a year. I quit my job and I moved across the country and started from scratch. And I had to do that because as long as I was in that familiar environment and that comfort zone, it wasn't pulling out everything that was inside of me. So I had a friend ask me recently, well, what's going to happen if you do all of this and it doesn't work? I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't understand what you're saying because that's not an option. Desperate times call for desperate measures. And I've eliminated my A, B, C, D, E, F, G plan. So now I'm so focused and driven on making this work because I've eliminated the pseudo security that was around me for so long, thinking because I work for the government, all will be well. I'll stay here. I said, I'll leave when the father calls me home. I'll stay at probation forever. So that was one of the drastic ways. And I don't recommend that anybody do that except by if you're being led to do it, because it was pretty drastic for me. So now I'm living in a state all the way across the country. My children are at various colleges, and I said I would never leave, my kids. I want them to all come back home. Desperate times call for desperate measures. And building my confidence, that was one of the keys that let me know, Kendra, you have what it takes to throw away pseudo security. You have it inside of you to make that thing come alive. And now I'm actually walking out that path and not only doing it myself, but helping those that God has sent to me to surround me. Some are holding my hands up, some I'm holding their hands up to be able to do the same thing by realizing their dreams through developing strategy and infrastructure to not only open a business and say I've made X number of dollars this year, but to do so with integrity, to do so with confidence, to do so with the right mindset, and also to be able to give back to others in the pay it forward sort of way. So thank you for inviting me to the stage. I'm glad that I've had the opportunity to share a little bit about my testimony, and I look forward to gleaning from the rest of you. I'm Kendra, and I'm complete.
Woo! Kendra coming in hot. How to gain more confidence in biz. Network Room 2024 5. This is what we doing. Keep pinging some more people in here. Thank you for that share, Kendra. Thank you for coming on the stage because we want to hear from you. We want to hear from more people. We want to hear from everyone on the stage. Everyone's always welcome in the XP Mentor Club to share. Let's go. Keep pinging, keep bringing people in here, and keep active in the chat. How to gain more confidence in biz. I'm gonna drop another one. Having a mentor. We in the XP Mentor. It's simple. Throw some ones in the chat. Throw some fire emojis in the chat for XP Mentor. Everyone needs a mentor. Everyone needs someone that has done it before them. If you had someone that done it in your corner, that's did it, that's done the work, you don't have to do all of this work. You'll get 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, 20 years worth of work in a short period of time. So throw some ones in the chat for having a mentor, having someone by your side, having someone that you can count on. Let's go. And that's the person Jay was to me when he came out, right? A mentor. How did you do this? How did you do? You know what I'm saying? You got to learn from the individuals around you. That's what I'm saying. Learn. Always, always learn and be able to be coachable. So I'm tossing this mic up. I want to hear from everybody. It's popcorn style, big stack, how to gain more confidence in biz. It's on y'all. Let's go.
So, good evening, guys.
What's going on, Don? It's on you. How
Yeah,
to gain more
Hey,
confidence. How you feel
thank
about the
you.
topic?
good evening. Yeah, good evening. Yeah, so I'm Anita. I'm chatting. I'm sorry, I'm speaking from Nigeria. I think my 2 cents on this is basically I'm a digital marketer, yeah, and like you said, having a mentor is very important. It helps you basically refocus your energy on the right place, so that way you get like speed in life, and accomplish more if you have someone there to guide you. And I've basically struggled that a lot, because I didn't really, when I went to the digital marketing space, it was just basically because I had flair for it. I love what I do and all that. So I didn't really have a guide, and that made me I got to go through a lot of stuff I wasn't really going to was supposed I wasn't supposed to go through, like, suffering, either getting paid, being underused, or sorry, being overused, underpaid. So yeah, so I totally relate to why it's important to have a mentor, because for me, basically, it was quite a very turbulent time, and what kept me going basically was passion. I wanted to be here, I wanted to, but I never actually had anyone to walk me through the process, hold me by the hand, tell me this is what you should take, this is what you shouldn't take. And so because of that, I went through a lot of hell. So I can relate totally when he said it's important you have a mentor in your life, basically.
Woo! Having a mentor. I told y'all, having a mentor is important. Who else is coming in after that share? I want to hear from everyone. Let's keep the conversation going. Let's keep it flowing. It's on y'all.
Hey,
Let's go. Who's on? Who's next? Go ahead,
this is
Don. And then I'm gonna go to
Dawn. How are
Ram.
you?
Yep.
Thank you for bringing me to the room. I love what everybody's sharing about confidence, and I think confidence is key, definitely. But not only, and I agree with what people have said about environment. It's important to be in that environment that fosters growth, learning, understanding. You got to be malleable, but before that, you got to have that self love, that self understanding that you're the person that can do it and move forward and be consistent with it. Even if you get knocked down, just know that you can get back up and keep moving. I've had various businesses. I've been thrown out there, and I appreciate what Kendra shared, making those changes. And you know what? It's been the confidence that's kept me going. So I just say to folks just to know that you're here for a reason and a purpose. And just like you have a confidence to create something, just carry that through and be consistent with it. And that's all I have to share. And I'm complete for today.
Let's go. Being consistent. That's another one too. Throw some ones in the chat for that. Being consistent. Consistency is everything. You be consistent on one thing. You consistent on this journey. You can break through anything. Let's keep this conversation going.
Let me come
Ram,
in
it's
on
on
the
you.
stack.
Yo, Jay, go ahead. It's on you, my brother. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. Listen, welcome to the XP Mentor Club. I just really want to thank everyone for taking the time to be able to get better when it comes to business. So I want to hone in on something real important while we started this particular club and how it can help you. When it comes to business, when Stack hit on this subject of mentor, and we had the XP Mentor Club, why did we put this particular platform together here and outside of Clubhouse? It's because entrepreneurs literally have minimal clue about how to have a successful business. Think about it. Grades 1 through 12, that's about 14,000 hours teaching you things, and none of that was about how to build a successful business. It was all gearing you up to be an employee. Nothing's wrong with that if that's what you want. But if you want to be able to control what you do with your time, what you do with your space, then you want to be able to eventually own a successful business, not just have a business, a successful business. You go to college for another 4 years, as you can see here, right next to me is Robert Mailer. He's the ex-senior vice president of Pepsi Cola. He used to have a $500 million a year budget. That's over $500 million a year that he managed as a budget. Now, he graduated from Bucknell and then went on to Wharton Business School and got his degree there and came out. And when we started asking Robert questions about what did he really learn about business, he started cracking up, going, they didn't teach us much about business. That's one of the greatest business schools in the country. So really, where are you going to learn things about business? It's from people that have done it, like Shaq was saying. You got to get with somebody that knows all these landmines that you're going to have to go through. I started as an entrepreneur over 27 years ago, and I didn't have a clue about what to do, but I did get trained by people who knew what to do. And it took me a few years to get the hang of this thing. And since 27, I haven't had to work what you would call a typical job. I'm 54 years old now. So half of my life now, I've been able to be an entrepreneur and do business in about 90 countries, spoke in 20 countries. Now, why am I telling you that? Because I built multi seven-figure businesses. Now, did that come with scrapes, bruises, knives, forks, spears, bullets, you name it? Every type of situation you can imagine, I've been through. I've been through a tremendous amount of success, but I'm telling you, I've been through a tremendous amount of hell that you couldn't even imagine. I've been through every single type of lawsuit that you can imagine. I've been different types of tax situations you couldn't even imagine. So, and staffing, employees, boards, all these things that people are gonna have to learn to go through. We've taken the guesswork out of it with XP Mentor. So you see that little link at the top says join our private members area. We set up a membership. Y'all not gonna believe this. You can get a free access to it, get you some support as an entrepreneur. Every one of you listening to me should do at least that. Or you can say, I'm gonna spend $12 a month, and that's gonna eventually be hundreds of dollars per month. But once you lock in, you're locked in for life. I'm gonna spend $12 a month, and then you're gonna enter an environment that you've never entered before from the business world, ever. I'm bold when I say that. And I guarantee it. So if you come in, you spend $12, and then you spend 29 days. You go through that, you're not gonna be able to get through everything. The first thing I would suggest you do is go through our 4.5 hour training on the 9-step framework that every business has to have in order to be successful. That's between myself, people like Forbes Riley, she's done a couple $1 billion of business. Dan Pilla, he's the #1 tax expert, as said by Wall Street Journal, Associated Press in the country. He's #1. You got Herman Marini, he's got all types of degrees that won awards from the government, the federal government, and the state of Louisiana. He is a business credit expert and a financial expert, and he's a systems expert when it comes to virtual assistants. How do you maximize them? So we've got this team of about 14, it's going to be 20 of us, including Stack Pack, which is an incredible master of social media, how to get you exposure, an agency, a global agency to get you more exposure. So we got this whole team put together that can help you get rid of all those landmines. You're going to say I thought unless you get rid of the I thoughts. So sometime or another, you're going to be doing business and think you got it right. And you're going to say, man, I thought this. And we can take those I thoughts out of the equation and help you know exactly what to do. So spend your $12. Go in there and get into XP Mentor Pro. Click on that link up at the top and look at all the stuff that we give you education on. And now you're going to access a world that you couldn't even imagine. Like I did a video last night that we just posted. We do these pretty much on a weekly basis. I posted a video last night called the 3 phases of business momentum. So these are three phases you're going to go through if you're going to have success as a business. Now, how do you handle each one of those phases? I went through like little nuts and bolts of the things you're going to have to know and do. So I wanted to share that when you brought up the word mentor stack, because we want to help to build the strongest mentors globally, at least 1 million globally on our platform, inside of Clubhouse, outside of Clubhouse, and around the world. We want all of you to be a part of it. Now, the last thing I'll say is this: make sure you're aware as we build together, these cross collaborations are going to be serious. So if we get you educated on how to build a successful business, also involved in our platform are angel investors who are looking for companies and ideas to invest in. But none of us want to invest in something that's not going to work or somebody don't know how to build a business. So we want to be able to find people who's went through the right education. So really, you got this ground that once you enter into XP Mentor, you're also getting yourself more exposure from people who might want to collaborate or even invest in what you're doing. So don't miss that point. So Stack, with that, let's get some folks clicking on the link. At least join our XP Mentor Lite. That's free. XP Mentor Pro is only $12 a month. And we guarantee it. You don't even have to ask us. If you want to opt out, opt out. We'll give you $12 back. We don't want your money. We want your success. Let's go, Stack. Over to you.
Woo! Jay coming in hot. This is
Yes,
what I'm
Jay.
talking about. How to gain more confidence. If y'all didn't get confidence from that, and I don't know, you're doing yourself a disservice. But keep pinging this room up. Keep sharing this room up because we want to hear from everyone today. We want to hear about the topic today, right? It's all about coming in here, coming with that heart, coming with that gratitude, right? How to gain more confidence in your business. I heard about it. How I said this earlier. Be grateful for the people around you. Be grateful for the things around you. Gratitude. Put some ones in the chat for gratitude. Put some ones in the chat for gratitude. Please be grateful for the things around you. And that's what it's all about. And I want to get into it. I want to hear from some more people. But guess what? I'm gonna do one quick reset. After this reset, right? Y'all know what we doing. We want to get into some more people, but I need y'all to ping the room up, share the room up, get into it, right? This is what it's all about. Let's go. Listen, we in the building. How to gain more confidence in biz. Before Jay came in, and ripped it up. Before we was coming in, I think Ram wanted to come in. Ram, are you there, my brother? I already know, man. Let's go, man. I'm
You
sorry
know,
about
I'm
that. Let's
here.
go, Ram. Let's get it in, man. How you
Hey,
feeling about the topic, man?
great, great, great. Thank you, Stark, always for putting me up to game. I'm really honored to be in the space. Ram is my name. I'm a brand strategist. On the subject, really use less time and be productive in this space because everybody's sharing a lot of value. I can't just even have a minute to think about anything, but I'm really grateful for this space. Now, confidence is very much about a three-piece wheel that is supported by the other two being clarity and communication. Yeah, how clear is your message? Number two is creativity. When you're in that full spin, you're flowing and you don't have to think about what you're saying next. So, how you package yourself is very much about not really paying attention of what you're saying next. It's just about just say it. So that at that particular point, whoever you're communicating with truly says what you're talking about with enough clarity and intention. And I'm really grateful for this space. I'm actually calling in from Kampala in Uganda. So this is a community that can
Woo, that's all
illuminate
the
the
way
whole
over
world.
there, man. I got to take a trip
Yeah,
over there, Ram.
yeah.
How's
It
it over
doesn't
there,
matter
man?
where you are. This can go too far, and I'm really grateful for spaces of technology like this that can create that. I had my sister was from Nigeria, and well, she's in the room, and people are from all across the universe tapping in to connect and build something meaningful. It's just not about looking at what divides us. It's a point in time where we're actually connecting this world in much more meaningful ways, changing lives by starting with our lives. Yeah. So for me, that's the power of this space, and all the people who actually put in a lot to make these spaces active. Actually, last time I saw the video of the ex mentors live event, it was pure magic. People, it was like, ah, goodness, probably not in no long time we're gonna have that also capturing many spaces in Africa. I know for sure that's gonna happen. It's just a matter of time. So tapping in, it's all love.
Woo! All the way over there, we getting that international love. XP getting that international love. It's all about being international. How to gain more confidence in your biz. That's another tip. Being international. You want to reach overseas. You want to reach Mars, Neptune. You want to go across the waters. Put some ones in the chat for that. Being international. If you know that your brand and you're getting seen and heard in different parts of the country, you don't think that's going to boost your confidence? That's going to boost your confidence in biz. Let's light it up. Let's talk about it. Let's get into it. Being seen in different countries, being seen in different areas is always going to boost you up. It's always going to boost your confidence. That's going to be a game changer. I've got featured in a magazine over there in Africa. It was called ZFM Stereo and another one. I got people over there, so I've been over there. They see me over there. So I've made an impact over there through a digital magazine, two different digital magazines. It is crazy how many people get to see you, how many different impacts you get to make, how many different faces that get to see what you do and how you stand on business. And that's what it's about, being international, being global, giant, global. That's my mindset. I want to be a giant, global, to the top of the top tier. That's how it is. Let's go. Who's coming in next? Big Stack. What's
What
going
up,
on? Michelle, what up?
Stack?
Let's
What up, Stack?
go.
So excited to be here with you guys. I'm currently picking my voice back up. So if you see my voice out there, let me know if you find it. But I want to add some to the conversation while I'm in here. Loving this conversation about confidence. Confidence is everything because it's really your confidence bleeds into everything. Your lack thereof confidence bleeds into everything. So I think this is actually one of the most important topics possible for business. And one way to create that we create confidence for ourselves in business is by mastering our craft. I don't know if that's already been mentioned or not, but being willing to master practice over and over and over again, right? Think of Michael Jordan, all like the top goats, right? They practice like crazy. So being willing to practice and master it. So also being willing to fail, being willing to fail over and over and over and over again. My first business, like I was willing to go out every single day and fail flat on my face, falling flat on my face, right? Being willing to fail. And then asking yourself, what's the risk, right? So we go after something and we're willing to fail at it whenever the risk is big enough, like the possibility of, oh, up here, like how it's talking about going to the moon, right? If that's what's possible up here, is it worth the risk of looking stupid? Is it worth the risk of losing some money? Is it worth the risk of losing maybe some of these relationships that aren't serving you anymore? Asking yourself, like, checking out that risk and being willing to, how big are you willing to risk? The bigger the risk, the bigger the payoff. A lot of people aren't willing to risk, and that's why in 5 years they're going to be where they're at. They're not gonna shift any. They're not gonna grow in their business at all because some people are too scared. Scared money doesn't make money type thing is what we hear, right? You got to be willing to
Uh-oh,
risk. So
scared
that
money don't make
have to
money.
be.
Let's go. Throw some damn ones in the chat if y'all agree. Listen, Jay, scared money don't make no money. You gotta start
You
playing.
got to
Throw some
risk.
ones in the chat. Throw some
You
ones
got to
in the
be
chat.
willing
Scared
to
money
risk.
don't make no money.
Yep. So, and having, conversations with yourself on like, how much am I willing to risk to get after this, to create this business, to go there? I'm telling you, I have risked the craziest things in my life and it has sent me to crazy heights. So I live at the point of trusting in my faith in God to where I'm willing to risk pretty much anything when I know the payoff is up here at the moon. I have no fear around that because I've risked for 12 years, right? I've been an entrepreneur with my own businesses for 12 years now. So I literally live in risk. And I will say, mostly people are not growing because they're not in risk. When you're living in risk, and I mean this growing space, right? Where you're like risking who you are, you're risking, I'm willing to fall flat on my face. You're willing to risk some money, right? We're willing to invest into things that you don't know if they're 100%. You can do your research to count on it, but you got to be willing to risk in order to create. So that's what I would definitely say, being willing to risk, and then progression, right? We get fueled from our successes. Jim Rohn, a great man, says our successes fuel our successes. So as you have a success, you make that first sale in your business. You create that first mentee, right? You start becoming a mentor and you got your first mentee under the belt, You start to have the wins and you start to have the successes and you're starting to see the progression. We are literally fueled by successes, even if they're small. So I always tell people, like, keep a list of your wins, on your daily wins. They can be tiny as you want, like making your bed when you first wake up. Whatever works for you to create your wins, making a sale every single day, depending on what your business is, but creating that structure for yourself where you see your wins. This is what's going to also build confidence, is the analytical mind, right? Is able to see, these are my numbers, these are my wins, these are my risks, right? And being willing to look at the ways that you are progressing, because sometimes not every business takes off overnight, right? So it's keeping gauges of these things can keep fueling your confidence, because you're still seeing progression, even if it's little, even if it's minute, and you're like, man, I just don't know how we're going to get there. You don't know though what God's got planned. You could take off overnight, and you just keep putting in the work, keep sowing the seeds every single night, every single day. And then last thing I'm going to say is learning how to trust yourself. So if you say you're going to get up at 7, get up at 7. If you say you're going to show up at 11, show up at 11. If you say you're going to call that person, call that person. Your word builds your entire life, your confidence, your integrity. Like, everything is built out of your integrity. Your confidence and your relationship with yourself will show. So when you have no confidence, you see someone walking with their shoulders down, it's because they don't trust themselves. Even they don't even show up for them. They don't show up to the gym, they don't show up to the call, they don't show up to any of their promises, right? So they know that they're not reliable. They know. And I want you to think for yourself real quick. Think of a time when you were on point. You're showing up, you're doing the thing that whatever was committed to you every single day, you were getting after it, whatever that thing was. Maybe it was the gym, maybe it was making certain sales, maybe whatever it was for you, but you were showing up every day and you were killing it. Think of that confidence, that energy you were just exuding, right? People even look at you different when you walk in the room because you're giving off another level of energy. You're giving off certainty. It's all about frequencies too. You're giving off a whole new level and frequency of certainty. So that's even magnetic. This is how, and my course with XP is about magnetism, right? So how to draw people and how to attract the audience you want, how to attract the marketing, how to attract everything in your life. And a huge piece comes from integrity being your word. If you want confidence, commit to a list of things every single day and hit every single one of them, right? Even if you got to renegotiate, and I'm gonna lay my plane with this. Even if you need to renegotiate, say you committed to 3 o'clock, you're gonna be there. You're gonna go do that thing. You're telling your soul, you're telling the universe, you're telling the world, I'm gonna do X, Y, Z. I'm gonna follow through with these 10 invitations today. Do the thing, do the follow through. Keep your word to yourself and watch your confidence in every area of your life skyrocket. With that, is Michelle, and I lay my plane.
Woo! Michelle in the building. This is what I'm talking about, right? Let's go. You dropped a lot of gems. You dropped a lot of gems, right? She dropped a lot of gems. Please throw some gems in there. Who's active in the chat? Who was listening to that masterclass right there? It's all about that value. Come on, let's step it up. How to gain more confidence in biz. Network room. Who else is coming in next? Who else is grabbing this? Mike. I want to hear from more individuals, more moderators. Matter of fact, let me see if my brother Danny's here. Danny, how you feeling about the topic, my brother? How to gain more confidence in
What's
biz,
going
man? How you
on?
feeling about this, man? Talk to me, man.
I wanted to jump in and support, man. Uh,
Nah, Danny, I'm putting you on the spotlight. You on spot.
what's that, man?
I said,
I had
I
to
said
fix my
you
Bluetooth.
on the spot, Danny. How to gain more confidence in business, bro? How you feeling
I
about
like the
this
spot,
topic?
man. I
Yeah.
like the
Go
spotlight.
ahead. Let me get some gems. Let me get some gems, Danny. What's up, bro?
Look, man. A lot of people will say, the more you win, the more confidence you get. But for some people, they're just starting out, or they may you have ups and downs, right? So let me just circle it back to um, when I was boxing. When I first started, like I didn't have confidence. It was more the will to win, and it was more the will to want to learn. So I had to surround myself around people that were better than me. 'Cause, I mean, when I was in the ring, like I was getting beat up. I was getting beat up every day for almost a year straight, and I didn't experience winning. I experienced losing, and the more I learned is the more confident I got. And then transferring over to business. When I first started my consulting business, like I have three companies. One's a consulting company where we work with medium and large size businesses. And I when I started this, I have over 100 people on my team now. But when I started, it was just me, and I didn't have a lot of confidence because I entered a new world. I was so used to being in an entertainment space where I could just pick up the phone, make a phone call, and make things happen. Where then I transitioned over into business, and I didn't know what the hell I was doing. Where my confidence came from was just learning information, constantly learning. And the more I learned, the more confidence I got. And the more confident I got, the more I was like, all right, well, this is not so bad. Like now I started experiencing wins, and I stopped thinking about the things that I didn't know or the things that I was experiencing, and I transitioned into overlooking that, but looking at the light at the end of the tunnel, which I didn't see before. So I would say confidence comes from getting access to the right information and then applying that information to whatever it is that you're looking to do. And that could be anything.
Let's
Like that could be in
go.
business, that could be in yeah, see, I told you.
Come on, Danny. I needed
That
that.
could be
Let's
in
go. Get them
that
connections so we can make the business deals. That's what I'm talking
that
about, my brother.
but you see
Yeah.
that could be in business for entrepreneurs, but for some people it's just getting out of a job they've been stuck in for making 40 or 50 grand a year, which is the average American. So for some people it's just getting the confidence to be able to go for a higher position or ask for more money or get into or step out of that. I had a customer I was talking to earlier, and he's in a group that one of the groups that are on the calls with me and so forth. And he's stuck at a job making 120 grand a year, and he knows he can do more. And the problem is, it's just he's been doing that for 15 years straight, but he understands that he's trapped. So it's like he's letting he allows for so long he allowed his fear to get in the way of unlocking where his potential is at. So like for him, it's not going to start another business. For him, it's like, all right, well, how do I approach a new company, asking for more money that gives me the ability to be able to grow? So, like I said, in some cases, it's not just in business. This is everything. I mean, confidence is everything. I mean, that's just the way I see it, man.
Confidence is life. Thank you for coming through, Danny, man. I appreciate you, brother.
I
Let's keep it
got you,
rocking.
man.
Let's keep it rolling. Look, let's ping some more people in here. Let's get some more people in because I want to hear from everyone. Anyone that comes on the stage, I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear from everybody because this is a good topic. How to gain more confidence. You definitely got to make those connections. The right connections will gain confidence. And if you guys agree with that, let's get back active in the chat. The right connections will gain confidence. Woo! The right connect. I'm telling you, you know the right person, you get the right thing. You can get the right thing done at any time, instantly. I'm telling you guys, the right connections will gain confidence. Let's see who agrees. Let's see who's active in the chat. Who's here? Who's listening right now? Who's participating in the conversation? Who's here and thinks that having the right connections will gain your whole confidence and turn a 360 around your biz? Let's see who's participating. Let's see who's pinging the room up. Let's see who's active, right? Because me and Jay might do a giveaway. We might do a giveaway today. Let's see who's real active. Let's see who's sharing the room out. Let's see who's pinging people in here. Let's see who's getting them through, right? And you know what else I want to talk to you about? Jay just put this link up. The XP Mentor Breakthrough Summit. It's free for the pro members. Make sure you guys hit this dang link ASAP. Hit it up ASAP. Join the club if you haven't joined it. And let's keep this conversation
Do a giveaway.
active.
Stop doing a giveaway. I'm giving
Man, what's
confidence,
up, Jay?
tone,
What we doing,
power.
man?
Whoever shares out the room, we're gonna do a drawing, and somebody's gonna win. Motivate XP. the bomb ass audio series that will blow your confidence up. So I'm giving that away. Whoever shares out the room, your name goes in the drawing. Let's go, Stack.
Woo! You heard Jay. You never know what I'm gonna do. Unlimited to what I can do. I don't know what the heck. I'm gonna just pick from the little. Yeah, hook that up. What you got? And bam! We gonna make it happen. But let's keep this conversation rolling. Who's coming in hot? Who else is picking up the mic? I want to hear from everyone. It's popcorn style. Let's go.
Hey, Stack, it's Shantae. I'm going to make mine brief because,
Shantae, let's go.
hey, I'm going to make mine super brief because, you know, my connection always likes to cut out when I talk. So if you guys haven't shared out the room, make sure you're doing that because they love to give stuff away in here. But I want to say, you know, piggybacking off of what Michelle and Danny were both sharing, they're absolutely right. Confidence starts with all the little things, making that list. Don't overdo yourself. Don't overwhelm yourself. You know, start off with the little things, build it from there. That's what starts it. And you know, going out there, taking that leap of faith and just jumping out there, whether you know what you're doing or not, you'll learn as you go. And as you're learning, you're growing, and you become the champion of whatever it is that you're doing. So I'm gonna let it go there before I go through these mountains. And man, you guys got to keep sharing this room and join the club if you haven't, because there's phenomenal stuff in there. Back to you.
Woo! Even Shantae coming in hot. Let's go. How to gain more confidence in your biz. Before I drop some more, I need y'all to keep pinging this room up. I need y'all to be active. I need somebody else to take this mic. We doing popcorn style. I want to hear from everyone. If you're in the building, please stay active. Are you here? Who else is Who else is picking up this mic? Who else want to chime into this? Go ahead,
What up,
Rashida.
Stack Pack? I got some more goods I
Big
want to
stack.
give.
Man, I got Micah and Michelle at the same time. Let me get Michelle then, Micah. What's going on, Queen? What we doing?
Okay, hold on, let me cough. Okay, we're back. Excuse me. So it's something that came to mind to share. It's a tool that I've used for a long time. So yes, it's putting in the action. Action is going to build confidence, whether you're failing forward, you're having the small wins. You know, both having the losses, having the wins as you progress is very important. But also, our nervous system, when we're scared of something happening, right? We're scared to take the action step. We're scared to create the business, launch the idea. When there's fear there, there's a lack of confidence. It's hard to be in confidence and fear. Whenever you can help remove some of that fear, it's really gonna 10 times 10x, right, the confidence, feeling that in your body. So I also do a lot of journaling and visualization practices around my next steps, because your brain doesn't actually know if something has happened or not happened, if it's real or if it's not real. So when you imagine something, part of your nervous system thinks, oh, we already did this. So I want you to think of something right now that makes you nervous, or something that you're going to be doing soon that you're a little nervous about. Maybe you're excited, but there are a couple nerves in there because maybe you haven't done it, or maybe you've done it a few times, but you usually get nervous. You know, so I think maybe it's closing a huge deal. Maybe it is launching a new business. Maybe it's reaching X amount of sales in your company. But I want you to think of whatever it is real quick, that is in the future for you. And then I want you to actually, you can close your eyes, and I want you to see yourself walking through the process. So whether that's maybe you're walking up to the person, you're walking up to the producer to have the conversation, or you're walking up to your prospect to have the conversation, I want you to actually see the conversation happening. I want you to see the entire thing, right? Seeing yourself smile and laugh, being like carefree, right? Because you know you got it. You know that this is your craft. You know that you're being placed where you're meant to be placed right now. So seeing yourself in that energy, right? Seeing yourself smile, maybe shake their hands, looking in their eyes, and you're like thinking, yeah, this is about to go down. Yeah, we're about to kill this. Oh, yeah. Like, I want you to start to really see them and seeing you. Like, I do this before I go on stage every time. I see the crowd smiling, cheering. They're like, hell yeah, because my message is landing for them, right? Because I was called into that spot by God, right? So my delivery that's coming through me is channeling into all these people. So I see the crowd before I'm ever on stage. I see them celebrating, maybe happy tears, because what I'm saying is giving them breakthroughs, changing their life. I do this with literally almost everything that I pursue in my life. I see it happening first. I walk my nerve, because what this is doing is, through this visualization, this is actually communicating to your nervous system and your subconscious mind. There's so many levels to this. I don't have time to get into it all, but it will literally start to remove the fear, because now So you walk yourself through the whole process. You see the ending and you're like, you guys are celebrating, you're high fiving, and you're like, oh my gosh, it's about to go down. You're like so excited because the dream is happening or the sale is closing, like whatever it is, you're about to change their life. This thing you've been calling into your life, it's happening, right? So you want to be able to see the closure of it, and then see yourself after hugging, celebrating, excited, and walk yourself through the entire process and seeing yourself how you're going to be, how are you going to hold yourself, right? Grounded, confident, ready to rock the boat, like you're ready for it, feeling that in your body. Like I said, this actually programs your nervous system, your body, your psyche. This programs your whole computer, your whole system, that it's already done. Because what otherwise, the nerves, if you haven't done that work, the nerves can kind of get up and mess with the head, mess with the energy, mess with the emotions, can have us saying and doing things that aren't us because they're nerves and because they're fear, which gets in the way of the confidence part, right? But if you've already walked through this process in your mind like 5 times before you show up, the confidence will be crazy because your body and your mind already think you've done it. So you're just going to skip right through it. And that's been my experience anyway. So the more you practice it, the better you're going to get, the easier it will be. If you're willing to try that on, I know that's not for everybody, but I will tell you a lot of multimillionaires practice this kind of work. So if you're willing to try it out, it just could change your life. So with that, I'll land my plane. Micah, it's up to you. It's up to you.
Woo! We coming in hot. What we doing? How to gain more confidence in biz? Throw some hearts in the chat for Michelle. She just dropped some gems, some heavy gems. How to get yourself together, grounded, right? Moving into these situations with purpose. That's what it's about. Passion, that fire. Let's go, Micah, man. What we doing, my brother? Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Michelle, you always bring it. I mean, at this stage, XP Mentor Jay, the the people you
Some
brought together.
Brother,
Hey,
my
man,
brother,
it's
let's go.
yes, you know it. The people you brought together is something. I was on another meeting, and someone brought up a Robert Mailer, and it's like, I think I know who that is, and it's amazing what I've learned just listening, and I do more listening than speaking, but just being that athlete in business and having the right circle, what XP Mentor Pro, being just in the community, and I haven't even met, everybody in person. I met Stack, and man, just being, in the presence of someone like Stack, who's vocal, who always brings that fire, it reminds me, you have to bring it like the gun went off in a race, that's me track and field. So just always adding to the knowledge and being open to have that mentor, that coach, that mastermind group who's always going to push you to the top. I love it, and that's what I've been doing more and more. 2023 things have jumped off bigger than expected in some ways, but just collaborating and preparing to travel and be there, when it's going down, because I don't want to miss out on any more events. So I'll definitely be at the next event. Jay, XP, just want to give all you guys the flowers, man. Let's
Man,
keep
can't wait to
lighting it
give you
up.
a big hug, bro. We
Let's
love
go.
you. We
Let's
appreciate you.
go. Yo, ask Mike. Keep up with Stack in the gym. What we doing,
Oh
Micah?
man,
You
stack.
keeping up? What we doing, bro?
Yeah,
What we doing?
yeah, stack 3 times a day. I thought he was joking, and this man was in the gym 3 times a day. And a couple of those days I made it, but he beat me. Stack, you actually tapped me out, but hey, that's what it's all about,
My
But
brother.
bringing in that young energy and that fire, and reinventing yourself, adding something to what you're doing in business and your lifestyle. That's what it's all about. So that's what I see you doing, Stack, and definitely, I'm adding that to my arsenal. So XP, thank you, everyone.
Let's go. Let's go. How to gain more confidence in your business? Hitting the damn gym. Ha! Let's put some damn ones in the chat. You guys feel like exercise.
Is that
Yeah, yeah,
helping you, Stack?
yeah,
Is that helping
yeah,
you? Is it hitting the gym helping you
yes,
in your business?
sir.
Well, let's talk about that. Like getting in shape. How's it helping you with your business
Heck
and confidence,
yeah.
Oh
man?
yeah, hey, without a
Come
doubt,
on, man.
Jay. Let me add some. So me and Stack are standing out at this event for obvious reasons, right? And Stack just bringing that fire to every moment, and I know what fitness does, and Stack is added that to his daily routine, and just being around people who are that active, when you can put your mind and your body together, there's nothing you can't do. And nutrition, all that comes into play. I've heard a lot of amazing things, Michelle, visualizing what's going on. That's what every top athlete does. And when you can bring that to the business world, that means you're adding in those things that make you successful. So, always new gems dropped here. I've been using ChatGPT. Heard what you guys were saying here the other day, and it's helping me communicate and bring the words to the community that I'm not used to babysitting. I guess I'll say, right, because it's a different language, and you're learning how to bring something to the ears and not hurt someone's ears, right? Being vocal, but inspiring them with those words. So always a great message. Thanks, XP.
Woo! Listen, I'm telling you guys, that gym, it'll change your mind, it'll change your body, it'll change your soul, it'll change your whole direction. I'm telling you. What? Hit the gym. Throw some ones in the chat. I need y'all to still light it up for the gym. It's not over. The gym gonna help you relieve that stress. It's gonna help you. It's gonna help you in your life, in your business. I'm telling you. Let's go. Who else is snatching this mic? It's popcorn style. We even have some powerful shares for some powerful individuals. Let's keep it rolling. Who else is snatching the mic? Who else is coming in hot? Who else is grabbing
Yeah.
the mic? Let's go. Lindsay, what we doing, Lindsay? How you feeling?
Listen,
How
what you
you
guys
feel?
you had from Michelle. I'm cutting up mango for the boys who are playing
Yeah, the
basketball. So real
mango
talk.
sound good right now. Who wants some mangoes?
They're
Mango.
amazing, but like the whole mic
I want some
situation.
mangoes.
Ooh, I
Listen,
want some yummy, yummy too.
yeah, you guys all though you get it like more out of the year than I do, so we have to buy it like when it was like pre-baby ripe and then shipped up here to Michigan. But they are perfect. And then we're talking about, I mean, we just had the you guys we have a master class, and I think often sometimes in this room it can go from talking about, Jay as the business mecca that he is and what he's brought forth, and Stack and Robert and all of that. But the other thing that it also to reach paid athleticism where you're getting paid as an athlete is something that is really notable, and it takes without a doubt a mindset. And so I just want to point out, because you heard the energy of Stack, and Micah is talking about the power of fitness, and he shares this with his clients. And I mean, he is a teacher and a preacher and knows the power of nutrition. And then when you put all of these things together, like that's what elite athletes do. They live it, they breathe it, they visualize it, they see it. And I've never been an elite athlete. I have competed high in things that I enjoy. And so we don't have to be a competitive, we don't have to make it to the paid portion of the arena to be able to use that same mindset to apply to anything that we want to do. And I sitting in this room and hearing that and knowing that XP is what brings us all together. And Micah, you were given the nod to it. And I was like, yeah, what a reminder. And to know also, if this is your first time in here, then this is, I mean, we literally have someone that sits in every single spot. And Jay, I don't know if I'm registered for this summit, but I'm definitely excited to take a look and click that link, because I try to get on everything. Everything that I don't try. I I don't try to do anything. I make everything that this is a priority to me, is what I'm saying. And so I invite you guys, because I heard, and Jay, you were breaking up. If anybody knows, because he was breaking up on my side, what is being given away, I think that people deserve to hear exactly what that would be. And I'm going to pass this mic because now I'm dropping things trying to cut this mango.
Let's go. Who else is coming in next? How to gain more confidence in biz. Thank you, Lindsay. Let's get
Hey,
into
Stack.
it. Let's keep the conversation going. Who else is here? Shantae, it's
It's
on you, Queen.
Shantae.
Let's go.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna say one more thing. So Jay shared something yesterday that has really resonated with me. That everything works out the way that it's supposed to, and I know he words it differently. He words it much better. But as we go and we grow through business, and as we build our confidence, all of those things fall in place. Your confidence falls in place, your business falls in place, everything falls in place the way that it should. And sometimes we don't always understand, when things don't work out, why they didn't work out. But, in the process, we learn a lot of things. We learn a lot of lessons, and that helps you grow your confidence beyond anything else. So I just wanted to kind of throw that in there. Thanks.
Woo! We in the building. Who else is
In the
coming in?
building.
Who
Hey,
else
what are we
coming in
giving
hot
away?
there?
Will you repeat it for
All
real for
right,
the
I'm
room? Because
doing
you were
I'm
What
doing
are we doing?
good.
Confidence Tones Foundation program, and I'm doing Motivate XP, the audio series, which is like one of the greatest confidence boosters I know of. So those two things are being given out. But you got to share out the room.
I mean, you guys, that
Y'all
is
got to share it out, right,
yeah,
Lizray?
like looking at the shares, and I'm just saying, I really didn't hear you, Jay, and I knew others might miss it, and it's as easy as a share out of the room. But those things, that is like, that's a, you get to put your hand in the cookie jar and go play, and even take a few with you to see what all happens in here. And I want to continue hearing. So, Stack, I'm going to hand it back over to you, but I want to keep hearing. This have been power shares, and they've got me excited here while I'm like prepping food. I would rather listen to this and learn, and I'm like taking new ideas, learning from my friends. I was like, oh my gosh, I have not, if Michelle didn't share, there is something really big on my heart that I have not taken a moment to visualize yet. So I just heard Michelle say that. I was like, oh my gosh, I am going to take some moments and visualize around that and really walk through it and feel it. So Stack, passing it back to you, but so excited about what I'm pulling away from this
Let's
room.
go. Let's keep the conversation rolling. Y'all already know what it is, how to gain more confidence in biz. Who else wants to snatch the mic? Who else wants to come in? I didn't hear from everyone. Let's go, Denise. It's on you. Let's go. Let's go.
Greetings, everyone. Good afternoon. Wow, this room is so amazing, as well as the club XP Mentor. I was in the room yesterday and I signed up for the program. And, and I think one of the things for me about gaining confidence
Let's
is
go.
for me, like this AI technology has boosted my confidence level like 1,000%. Because a lot of times, when we're in business, we second guess ourselves, and we second guess ourselves out of money because we never really get out there, and push our product, and push, what we know. And so, with this AI technology, that everybody is screaming about, yeah, it has helped me a whole lot with my confidence level. I mean, I know some things, but look, AI knows everything. And so, but I'm thankful for this room. I'm excited about all the benefits that I'm gonna get by being part of the XP Mentor program. And I did sign up for the summit. And so, yeah, I'm excited.
Gear it up. Let's go. That's what I love to hear. I love to hear new members joining. Who else is coming in hot? Who else is snatching the mic?
Hey
Kimmy, it's on you.
Stack, hey Stack,
Let's
it's
go,
Kimmy.
Kimmy.
I've been playing double dutch trying to get up
Let's
in the
go,
room
Kimmy. It's on you. Let's get it.
and get to the stage. What's going on, everyone? It's your girl Kimmy B. I'm not gonna be before you long, just 2 minutes. I just wanted to add to what Miss Michelle was saying. That's an integral part of building confidence is visualizing, your success, closing your eyes and actually seeing yourself in that moment. But in order to do that, for me, because I'll be honest with you, it was just within this past year that I started doing that. I didn't really practice visualization. But in order for me to do that, y'all, I had to step out of my comfort zone. I was too comfortable. I was too comfortable and complacent. I would say we get complacent, in our situation, and that limits us when it comes to confidence. Right? We wanna run, we have an idea, we have this, but we're holding our own self back, right? Because we're not taking the time out to, you know, pretty much identify, okay, this is what's holding me back. I'm dealing with self doubt. I'm dealing with fear. I'm dealing with, you know, I don't embrace failure. When I win, I feel guilty about winning, right? So there's all these different things, but that's one thing that I would say that I had to step out of my comfort zone, step out of the things that I was normalizing, if that makes sense. Certain things for me was normal to do, and those things were limiting me from actually breaking through that ceiling. So I just want to encourage everyone on this call, if there's something that you want to do, step out of that box, step out of that comfort zone and just do it. Even if you fall on your face, I'm a firm believer if I jump out the window, I'm going to land on my feet. I don't know that, but I have that crazy faith in myself that I'm going to do that. So if you can think like that, if you can visualize yourself landing on your feet after jumping out of a window, listen, it's only up for you, right? But you have to visualize and you have to step out of your comfort zone to even believe that you can do something like that. So what she said was very powerful, visualizing yourself in that moment. So I appreciate this stage and this forum, and I'm looking forward to getting on the other side of the mentorship.
Woo! We in the building. How to gain more confidence in
That makes
biz.
me excited, Stack.
Jay, it's lit. It's lit.
Like when I hear
Let's
when I
go.
hear the newer people coming in, and now they're getting involved in the flow, that gets me pumped. There's no energy like new energy. So continue to invite new people in, get them because the effect of you is you want to talk about boosting your confidence. You start getting stronger, then get you three or four more people that you invited in. They start getting stronger too. That's going to expedite you getting even stronger. Stack back to you.
Woo! It's like a domino effect, Jay. You know what I'm saying? Proximity is power. That's why I say you are who you hang around. You know, you hang around 10 wealthy people, you'll be the 11th. You hang around 9 bums, you'll be the 10th. Stop playing with it. Let's wake it up. Let's talk about it. Who's coming in next? Who's coming to grab this mic? How to gain more confidence in biz. I want to hear from everyone on the stage. Who else is in the building? Who else is active? Who else wants to share? Who else is coming off mic to grab this? It's popcorn style. Who's
Hi,
here?
Jack.
Let's go.
This
Let's go,
Toria.
Tori. It's on you. Let's get it.
Happy Winning Wednesday to all the kings and queens. Hope everybody had a wonderful and great day. I would say for me to gain more confidence is showing up. Regardless of the fact of you feel like you're not good enough, you feel like you're not worthy to be in those spaces, you're not worthy to be in the rooms. You have to be able to just show up and put your shoulders back, you know do what you need to do to get into those spaces with the people that you want to attract and be around and learn from. I'm 5'10", flat footed, but when I put on heels I'm 6'2". So I know that I'm a taller stature woman, so I know when I walk into the room, I'm going to get noticed. But if I come in with my shoulders slumped, then that's going to attract people away from me. But when I come in, I walk through there, people know, like, hey, it's somebody. Even though you might not know me, you will just understand that maybe it's somebody that I need to know, and that's just the comment. And I'm scared out of my mind a lot of times. I'm nervous, but the way that I present myself, the way that I show up is going to attract the people to me, and I'm going to stand there and I'm going to walk up to crowds and I'm going to get in there and do the things that I need to do, just like talking on my social media. I mean, I was scared to death. I did a 21 day, live challenge. Nobody hardly showed up, but you think I wasn't going to continue to keep on showing up for myself? I did that. So you just have to continue to show up regardless of the fact of how you feel about it, how nervous you are, what other people say, if they don't support you, whatever the case may be. Once you continue to show up, you'll be able to show out, and other people will show up for you. So that's just something that I did in order to gain confidence, and I yield the mic.
Woo! We in the building. We've been having some amazing shares from amazing individuals. How to gain more confidence in biz. We're in the network room. I want to hear from everybody. Doesn't matter who's on the stage. Doesn't matter what's going on. Let's keep talking about this. How to gain more confidence. Who else is snatching the mic? Who else is coming in? Let's go. Popcorn stop. Who else is active?
Hey,
Who
Stack,
else
what
is up
happens is
there?
this link at the top. A lot of folks don't know how important it is to get that personal time with you. And I know you got some unique slots you can slide some people in. So we've got your calendar that we happen to slide a Stack. Didn't know I was going to do it. But I know how much it impacts people and get some more exposure, get some to know you more, being an XP mentor. What happens? Somebody clicks the link, what do they need to do? How do they get with you? How do they go to the next level? Let's talk a little bit about you, Stack, because you haven't done enough of that during this particular session. And we want to hear from the Stack.
Let's go, Jay. So if y'all click this link, right, you go rush to it right now. You'll actually have a 15-minute call one-on-one with me on how to level up you business. The staff will be in contact with you, in contact with me. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about how to level up, how to market, how to get into these digital billboard placements, how to get exposure to millions of people in a matter of minutes. But it's up to you. What are you going to do? Are you going to step up to the plate? What are you gonna do? Do you need this exposure? You know you're slacking on social media. You know you need to book the call. You know you need more exposure to get to the next level in your niche. Because I done helped out a lot of people become who they are, Jay. I done helped out a lot of people become superstars in their niche. Stand out, creative following, creative fan base, create a buzz. Right? That's what it's all about. Creating your buzz, standing out. So if you guys click this link at the top, you guys will have a 15-minute call with me and my staff, and we will figure out how to level you up ASAP, guaranteed. Appreciate you, Jay. Let's go. How to gain more confidence in biz. Who else is coming in hot? Who else is snatching the mic? Popcorn style. Let's go.
Oh my gosh, I love this room, you guys. There's been so many power shells shares. Hey, girl, I just wanted to say, hey, Michelle. I just love it when you share. I love your energy. You guys, this platform, the XP Mentor, it's a family, it's a group, it's so diverse. That's what I love most about this amazing family. The topics are diverse, our knowledge bases are so versatile. Oh my gosh. And Stack Pack. He's just the amazing energy. And whenever Digital Stack is in the room, you guys, you know we're going to be swaying. There's going to be a few moments of some hips moving. And we need that because we need to move the energy okay, so one way to gain confidence is you guys, how many of you out there who here knows about the law of attraction? Right? If you've heard of the law of attraction, let's throw some hearts in the chat. I like hearts. I like hearts or fires or whatever. Because
Give me some
guess
hearts
what?
in
The
the
law of
chat.
attraction, whoo, it is real obedient, you guys. It's not smart. So one way that you can start leaning into that law of attraction to attract the things you haven't seen yet is you can always go to your past, because the law of attraction doesn't know if you're looking at your past or if you're looking at your future. It doesn't know if you're thinking about right now or another time or something that isn't even real, that hasn't happened yet. And this is why visualization is so freaking important, because guess what? It penetrates. It penetrates the original substance, that thinking substance that's going to create what you want, that's going to bring to you the people who are already doing it, who are going to show you the way, whatever it is that you're most focused on. So when you're starting to create things and you're building your confidence in things because you haven't really seen your calendar filled with clients, or maybe you haven't actually seen these other things. Well, guess what? All you have to do is start looking back to a time or a place when things were different. And for me, I remember there was these spurts of times when I got all this crazy birthday attention, right? Or these other times in my life where I got so many cards in the mail, or I got checks, right? Or this visualization of this pouring into me. That's all you need. All you need is to focus on it. And then most importantly, you have to have unwavering faith. Unwavering faith that that which you are visualizing, that you're creating, that you are gaining confidence in can come true. And there's got to be a time when you had something amazing happen, that somebody said, wow, you did a good job. I know for me, it was really hard to find those times to really dig, because it didn't happen very often, but there were. And so I invite you to continue to lean into the times when you felt empowered. Be in this room, and I promise you, you're going to feel seen and you're going to feel heard. And then they're going to call you up the stage and they're going to be like, God, girl, I love how you blow up that chat all the time. Mocha, your fiery pink heart. Joseph, it's a safe stage up here. You guys, Chris, Davina, I see you guys down there, down in the listening lounge. Lucretia, oh my gosh. Not always can we come up here, but how you start building confidence is taking those little steps. Lean into the times when you felt good about yourself until it becomes more and more of a reality of what you see and feel all day, every day. Surround yourself with people like Stack and like Jay, who are going to stop you in your conversation. They're going to be like, what? What did you say? Tell me more about that, Trey. I tell you, I was in Clubhouse for well over a year. I've been on I get modded on all the big stages. I'm blessed that way. Why? Because I got a big mouth, right? And I like to raise my hand and come up off the mic, right? So it's not uncommon for me to do that. But I had never, until XP Mentor, had one of the people actually stop me and say, wait, Trey, stop. They actually heard me. Jay actually listened to me. And after that, he freaking won my heart. So, I'm wolf all here. So I'm loyal as hell. So of course he hasn't been able to shake me loose since. And I invite you to give yourself permission to experience that. Because when somebody actually understands you, how confident do you feel? Because I have felt misunderstood my whole life. I have felt out of place my whole life. I have felt like the black sheep based on what the information everyone told me about myself. I had to find a way to build the confidence to know that I'm worthy to receive an amazing mentor like Jake, that I deserve to get a big old big brother hug from freaking Stack Pack in real life, because these are real things that happened to me, that happened for me. But it first took me believing it, building the confidence that I could be up here. So what is it that you need? Ask yourself, what is it? Do you need somebody to help hold you accountable? Do you need more self reflection time? Because it was only when I got paralyzed, you guys, when all the freaking, because I was Captain Save a Ho, Save a Bro. Who out there can relate to that, right? I was out there saving all the hoes and bros out there in the world. But when I got paralyzed, when my legs quit working, when I actually asked for help, because I never asked for help in my whole life, I didn't know how to do that. Guess who showed up? That list got real thin real fast. The people who showed up for me were gone. They scattered like roaches when you turn on the light. So when you find amazing freaking people like the people in this room, like Robert, like Jay, like Scott, Miss Lindsaya, Queen, let me tell you, you've done something real right. You've created an amazing, safe place where you can be supported and encouraged, uplifted, but you can also expect and believe that you're going to hear the truth, because everybody up in this place cares enough to tell you the truth. We're not just going to keep fluffing stuff in you and be like, hey, girl, yeah, even though you got a booger hanging out your nose. No, I'm going to tell you you got a booger hanging out your nose, and then I'm going to help you, hand you a tissue, and then I'm going to say, let's keep going. So, oh my gosh, you guys, share out this room. Keep pinging your friends in. Who else needs to hear this? Who do you know that would appreciate this conversation, who would grow from it? That's who I would love for you to invite in. Get in their back channel, get in their text messages, join this club. See on the very top, XP Mentor. If you're not already a member, come join the family. This is a freaking amazing family. I'm telling you, it's the place to be. With that, Stack, I'm so excited. I'm tossing you back the mic.
I'll take the mic. I'll take the mic.
Come on,
All
business
right, business
bestie.
bestie. Thank you, business bestie. Hello, XP Mentor family. So grateful to be with you all. You guys know I'm always in the back scene walking the dog or a set of dogs. I had four dogs when we started the room, but multitasking at best. But I am loving the topic, stack with the pack, how to gain more confidence in business. Let me tell you, in the last year, that's how I gained more confidence in my business was being around powerful people like me. I'm very powerful, but you know, it's not easy to find powerful people like me. So when I got on this app, and last year I wasn't even, I mean, my first year on Clubhouse, I wasn't around the right crowds or communities. I was just also not living in my potential, not using my voice. And so when I came across Stack with the Pack, I just seen how bold and how confident he was, and that attracted me to my bro, and being in the spaces that he was in, because he was just so bold and just owning the space, and that's how I was, like in the inside of me, but not really, you know, being that being my most authentic self, and so just being around more people that give the same vibration that you bring helped me gain more confidence in my business, because it helped me get out of my comfort zone. And it just helped me know that, just being your authentic self is, you're going to attract the people that you want to attract. And it's really what has helped me level up in so many ways. And so I just wanted to say that small little tip right now while I'm out of breath walking this dog. But yes, that's my share. Thank you so much.
Hi, this is Noah Crane. Can you guys hear me?
Come on, Noah. Y'all know what to do. Y'all on the stage,
All right.
moderators, pick it up.
All
We
right,
can do
great
it. Noah,
share.
what's up, sis?
Great shares. Hey, Jay, great to see you today here to hear your voice. It's been a while since I heard your voice. So, so excited. So, anyways, for me, what gave me confidence just in my life and also in business is completion. So often we start things and projects or books or whatever it is that we say we're going to do and we don't complete. We start on a new thing or we get distracted. But to me, what gave me the most confidence in my life and in my business was follow through, to be able to start something and be able to complete it. Because every time I completed something, I felt like I can do this, and it gave me more. Belief in myself and more trust in my that I say I'm going to do, and I can follow through and complete tasks from A to Z. So that has really built my confidence in my business and everything that I do. I make sure that when I start something, I follow through, I complete it before I go on to the next thing. That's my share. Thank you. Great to be here with all of you today. Back to you, Jay.
Y'all already know what time it is. Stack with a Pack got a great room going on. How to gain more confidence in business. And guess what we got? This is a network room, so y'all should be clicking with each other in the back channels, checking each other out, seeing how you can do collaborations. Be very proactive. One thing about getting your confidence up is and I've trained this for years, because a lot of times I've been listening in the background, just listening very close, and I've heard several people say, you know, I was nervous about this, or, I was scared at this particular point. Everything is energy. And so if you give scared energy, that's a choice to give that energy. Believe it or not, that is a choice. And you have to go look in the mirror and say to yourself, what am I going to choose today? This is a daily process when it comes to obtaining 100% confidence. I can remember 14 years old. I was always around my grandfather. He'd be with the older gentlemen. They'd be talking about this and that. And they were cutting up and making jokes. And I'd always have my head down, kind of being quiet, being shy. And one day my grandfather turns around, looks at me and says, listen, boy, you're not going to get anywhere in life being shy. You need to speak up. You need to talk. Ain't nobody going to kill you for talking. And that changed my whole thought process from that day. So I started talking a little bit more, and then a little bit more. And then I started learning to look people in the eye. And so I want you to know that you can learn to remove all fear out of your life. That will make you a citizen of a much higher kingdom once you walk around without fear. I don't even like to really say the word fearless, because fearless, if you break it down, it's just less fear. You need to have no fear, right? So we're going to be living life without fear. It is possible. Do you realize that if you're shy, this going to touch some buttons here. If you are shy, that is an extreme form of selfishness. I never could figure that out until I dissected that. It came up in my spirit, and I said, "What do you mean, Jay?" I was literally coaching and talking to myself, going, "If I'm shy, I'm ultimate selfish." You wanna know why? Because if I don't talk, there's somebody in this world, they need to hear a message, and they need to hear it the way I put it. There's somebody in this world, they need to hear a message, and they need to hear the way you put it. And once you come to grips with that, you're going to summons up more courage. You're going to summons up more confidence quickly when you say, "I've got to talk, or other people going to die." What if you not talking caused someone else to commit suicide because they needed to hear your voice? Now, how crazy would you feel if that was the exact fact? I believe it is that way. That you not being who you're really supposed to be is holding the world back from advancing faster. And I want to challenge everybody here today to pick up that pace. Just go ahead and start speaking. And that's why you got to love the XP Mentor Club, because we give you a space that is safe. Nobody's going to be bashing you. If they do, we'll kick them out of here quick. Everybody in here, this is a training ground for greatness. This is a training ground for strength. Make no mistake about it. Every single room is a training ground. It's to raise up stronger people. Now you can either get strong or you can get stronger. That's the only two choices that happens in this room. You're either going to get strong or you're going to get stronger. That's it. We don't allow weakness to reside in this room. You might have come in weak, but you're not going to stay weak if you hang out with us. We're going to help you get strong. We're going to help you realize the powerhouse that you are. I'm going to say to you what I say to my son pretty much every single day. I say, you are powerful, you are mighty, you are wonderful, you are magnificent, you are fast, you are strong, you are awesome, you can do anything. I tell him that all the time. Now he's still in his sevens. He's about to turn 8 next month. So from the time he was conceived, I've been saying that to him, planting that in his subconscious mind. If you're ever around him, you will realize, shit, that little dude really believes what his daddy's told him. His disposition is that way. So guess what? Some of y'all, you done past that 7 mark. There you go. I say every one of you listening now, you're past 7. But that's some 7-year-olds in the background. You take those words. But for that little 7-year-old kid that's in you that didn't get developed the right way, it's a must that you get in this program. In my opinion, it's like a must that you get yourself trained, or should I say retrained, reprogrammed, how to think the right way. I'm gonna put a link up here in a second. Some of you that are part of the Science of Getting Rich Mastery course, you got this inside the course. For those of you that are not inside the Science of Getting Rich Mastery course, I'm gonna put probably the most important link of your life up here in just a second. I'm gonna put this link up because this particular link, I almost, I think the world needs to go through this. Like they need to go through it because they got to go back and correct what happened from 0 to 7. So I got a training that I do. It's called 7 Steps to Unlocking Your Subconscious Mind. It's directly tied to your confidence. Make no mistake about it. Your subconscious mind, okay, directly is connected with your confidence. They're interchangeable. If you have a weak subconscious mind, you're going to be weak in your confidence. Now, this is a $295 training that you should jump and pay for. I'm going to make it ridiculous, and you should spread it to everybody you know who lacks in confidence. As soon as you hear somebody say, I don't have a lot of confidence, or if you hear somebody say, I'm scared or I'm shy, you need to send them this link and say, for a short period of time, 17 bucks. So a $295 training, you can get it for just $17. It's a 1-hour video training. You're going to come in right with me, face to face with me, and I'm going to walk you through unlocking your subconscious mind. And I'm going to give you a workbook to go with it. For those of you that are in the Science of Getting Rich Mastery course, hopefully you've been working your workbook. But you're going to get the same workbook that those that are inside the Science of Getting Rich Mastery course are going through because it's a prerequisite for them to go into the deeper dives. So this here, I highly suggest everyone listening to my voice, if you have any inch of fear in you, I'm serious about it. I walk around in this life, I'm telling you, I learned to just get rid of it. And I'm telling you that it makes a difference in every area of your life. You can walk into any situation. Some of you in here, you want to be in the right relationship. You're looking for your soulmate. You know, one of the most attractive things ever, and one of the most quickest ways to find your soulmate is to help get your subconscious mind straight. You will be amazed at how the law of attraction begins to work. So I just dropped some dimes. I would click that link at the top. I guarantee the program, by the way. If you don't feel it's worth every bit of your money, if you don't feel it's worth 3, 4, 500, $1,000, just send us a message back. We'll refund you 17 bucks. Don't want your money. I want your impact. I want your story. That is one thing I do want. If I give it to you at that price and it impacts you, I want you to back channel me a message. This is what this did for me. Because I'm guaranteeing it. At the end of the 1 hour, your subconscious mind is going to be unlocked. Now, what you do from there is up to you. I'll unlock it with you. But then I would suggest you get into our deeper courses. You stay in this room. You consistently are attending so that you stay unlocked and then you become unlimited. So with that, I'm gonna throw this mic up back to you, Stacks. Just want to
Let's
share this with the
go. We
fam.
in the building, Jay. I actually got a call at 5 p.m. So y'all could keep this room
All right,
rolling.
hey,
And then by the time I get off the
whatever
call,
you
it's up to
want to
you,
do.
Jay. What we
Hey,
doing, bro?
I'm ready for the rap. You know me. Whatever you want to do, you do it.
Yeah, it's up to y'all. Y'all want to keep this conversation rolling or we gonna wind this down? What y'all want to do? It's up to y'all. Y'all got to keep this rocking. I got a business call right now at 5 p.m. Big, 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 big major moves. So it's up to you guys. Are we keeping this conversation going or we had enough for today? How to gain more confidence in biz. How y'all feeling? Y'all good? Well,
That's a
that's a
wrap.
wrap, Jay.
I guess that's a
Yep,
wrap,
at the
Stat.
count of three. 1,
See
2,
y'all.
3. We out of here. Bang.
Blessings,